Hello everyone, welcome to CSR's UPSC online classes. This will be our continuation of our modern history MCQs. That will be set 9. Set number 1 to 8. Already it's there in the playlist, you can go and check. So we can start with the 9th set. So before starting, this is the program for the modern history batch. Usually every subject which I take, every year 3 to 4 times I take, but before prelims, since we have 40 more days before the prelims starts, so I've decided to cover once more modern history from August 26th, that is tomorrow evening time. Mostly it will be from 5 p.m. and these are the books covered. NCERT, Vipin Chandra, Spectrum, these are very basic books. These are basic books. So apart from this, I'll be covering Sumit Sarkar, Dubey Banerjee, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, Ramchandra Guha. Ramchandra Guha is mostly important for personalities point of view. A lot of personalities are there, and from factual data also you get from that book. Bansal Tripathi, then India's Struggle for Independence, written by these 4 personalities, and one new book I've added, that is V.D. Mahajan. It is also a very good book, like a lot of extra information are there. Because prelims has become very dynamic, so I've tried to cover all the relevant points from these books. It will be 40 days plan. I'll try to cover less than 40 days. Notes are already there. It's my 5th or 6th batch of modern history. So nearly 1 hour or 1.5 hour PDF format will be there. I'll be explaining in the class. So anyone interested can contact me here in WhatsApp or can call me. Right? Okay, let's start. So today's question, today we have 10 questions. So the first question is, which of the following submitted his statement on education to the Simon Commission? Now, Simon Commission, everyone knows. It's a very common fact. Everyone knows. So there was something, a statement or a report in particular about education. So which of them submitted? Rajendra Prasad, Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and B.R. Ambedkar. Now see, these four options are very common. If you do not know the answer, so many aspirants will go for max to max, they'll go for Motilal Nehru, because Simon Commission, it is nearby to Nehru report, which was drafted by Motilal Nehru. So you may go with this, but this is the wrong answer. Second option, you may go Jawaharlal Nehru, even Rajendra Prasad, but the real answer is B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar has mentioned his statement on education. He had given some information about the depressed classes, like how education is needed for the depressed classes of the Dalit community. So he had mentioned about it and he had submitted to the Simon Commission. So the answer here is B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. So B.R. Ambedkar submitted his statement on education to Simon Commission, where he stressed the social and discrimination faced by untouchables in their daily lives and a need for a new education system for the depressed classes. All these things he had mentioned in this statement on education, which he provided to the Simon Commission. Next, which of the following pact or agreement served as a model for the scheduled communities, that is the depressed classes, not to compromise on justice or fall prey to the divide and rule policy of the British? इनमें से कौन सा ऐसा एक्ट है जो कि लिखा होता है वहां पे कि we should not, like, no compromise on justice or don't even fall to the prey of the divide and rule policy of the British? Lucknow Pact, Rajamunje Pact, Pune Pact, Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Now suppose out of these 4, 3 options are very common: Lucknow Pact, Pune Pact, Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Now here the keyword is this: depressed classes. Okay. So obviously Lucknow Pact has nothing to do with depressed classes because it is 1916. It was more of Muslim League and INC. So you can cancel this. Now these 2 options are very nearby: Pune Pact and Gandhi-Irwin Pact. And this option B is totally new for those who have done limited studies, like basic books. If they cover, they can't answer this. Okay. But here the answer is Rajamunje Pact. Raja is MC Raja. Munje is B.S. Munje karke. There was a personality. So this pact happened before Pune Pact or Gandhi Pact, you can say. Initially, it was RTC was going on. MC Raja was there. MC Raja was there. All India. He is a leader of MC Raja was the leader of All India Depressed Classes Association. Okay. He was a leader. He represented this particular party, and he was there at the RTC. B.R. Ambedkar was also there. B.R. Ambedkar was, there are two communities, like two people who represented two different parties of the depressed classes. One was B.R. Ambedkar, one was MC Raja. Both were there at the RTC. B.R. Ambedkar was not the only one to be present at RTC representing depressed classes. MC Raja was also there. Before that, some discussions were going on whether separate electorates will be there or not. Or, you know that, which like that communal award and all those stuff were happening. But before that, during that time, one pact was also there between them. Okay. And MC Raja was not that supportive to B.R. Ambedkar. He was not that supportive. Okay, he was more supported towards, he was more inclined towards Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. So this MC Raja is the pact which served as a model to not to compromise on justice or fall prey to the divide rule of British. Okay. It just happened before that. It just like RTC was going on. Just before to the Gandhi Ambedkar Pune Pact, it happened. So Raja Munje Pact in early 1932. Same, this Pune Pact also 1932. But same year earlier to that, it served as a precursor to the much celebrated Ambedkar Gandhi Pune Pact. See, in today's time, in exam, lot of chronology questions are coming. Okay, they can ask 2 to 3 options. Usually in exams, what happens is 1-2 options you'll be knowing, 1 option it will be unknown. So it becomes difficult to crack that particular answer. So in a chronological question, they may ask, arrange the following. Then Pune Pact, some other famous stuff, and they can also add Raja Munje Pact. If you do not know what is this, you can't answer that. It will be kind of a guessing. It may be wrong, it may be correct. So better to know it. Okay. Fine. So Raja Munje Pact is done. Next. Okay. Who brought the concept of Sapta Kranti in 20th century? Sapta Kranti. Sapta means 7. Kranti means revolution. Okay. So it was brought by Ram Manohar Lohia. Okay. It was brought by Ram Manohar Lohia. Not Gandhi, Tilak and Nehru. It was brought by Ram Manohar Lohia. And Ram Manohar Lohia was the one who had also founded Congress Socialist Party in 1934. Okay, so what are the seven revolution of the Sapta Kranti? Okay, see, Sapta Kranti was brought by Ram Manohar Lohia. 7 names you need to remember. One is economic equality. Economically, everyone should be equal. Women emancipation, like kind of an woman empowerment or emancipation is like progress or upliftment. Independence against colonialism. Abolition of caste. Freedom of thought. Freedom of thought means that right to privacy and all. Freedom of thought. We should have that freedom of like anything we can think. Non-violent revolution and ending racism. These are the 7 Sapta Kranti, 7 kind of revolution we can take, which was brought by Ram Manohar Lohia. Okay, Ram Manohar Lohia is a very important personality which you need to cover. Next. Consider the following statements. The first Democratic Swarajya Party was established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak in 1920 within the INC. Okay. Tilak was the first Congress leader to suggest Hindi, written in Devanagari script, be accepted as the sole national language of India. Second statement is correct. First statement is also correct. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the first Democratic Swarajya Party. Here it is Democratic Swarajya Party, not only Swarajya Party. Swarajya Party is C.R. Das, that everyone knows it. But Democratic Swarajya Party, the first Democratic Swarajya Party was first established by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Just before his death, it was the first kind of a very small party within the Congress. Okay, so both the statements are correct here. So both the statements are correct. Next, which of the following were not associated or members of the Unionist Party during the national movement? For this, you need to know what is Unionist Party, like what, when it came, like it's a static topic of modern history. So Chotu Ram, Sikandar Hayat Khan, Fazal I Hussain. So all these were members. So 6 to 7 members, you need to remember the names. These kind of questions usually comes. So Unionist Party, everyone are member. Okay, all these 3 names. Chotu Ram is very famous for this. When we talk about Unionist Party, then Chotu Ram name also come. So it is not associated, it's given. So the answer is D, none, because all the 3 were associated. So all were associated with the Unionist Party, and this Unionist Party was like it was very famous in the Punjab province during the freedom struggle. Okay, now what this Union Party is, in the next question will come to know. Okay, consider the following statements about Unionist Party. The party was non-secular in character and was prevalent in the Punjab province of the British India. Okay, although a majority of Unionists were Muslims, a large number of Hindus and Sikhs also supported and participated. Under the Indian National Congress and Muslim League, the Unionists supported the British Raj. Unlike the INC and the Muslim League, the Unionists supported the British Raj. See, yes, the Unionists supported the British Raj. It is correct. They supported. They were not they were not in. You can say they did not quite support the INC and Muslim League during the freedom struggle of their 10 to 15 years of journey. And yes, although majority were Muslims, but Hindus were also there. Sikhs were also there. They also supported and participated. Now, if statement 2 is correct, then statement 1 is wrong, because here the word is non-secular. So it was a secular. This one is correct, prevalent in Punjab province, but it was a secular party. It was not only a Muslim-dominated party. Yes, majority were Muslims, but Hindus were also there. If you see Chotu Ram, he was also Hindu. Muslims were there, Hindus were also there. Unionist Party. Okay, and they supported the British. Remember, they supported the British. Even they participated in the elections, 1935 elections, that is in 1937, and they were winning also. They got support from the British. Okay, the party was a secular party which represented the interest of wealthy Muslims, Hindu and Sikh landlords, and peasant producers, and they supported the British Raj. Remember, they supported. Next, which of the following were associated with the Indian National Army, INA? Mohan Singh, Capital Lakshmi Sehgal, Shah Nawaz Khan. See, Subhash Chandra Bose, we know he was associated with Indian National. Mohan Singh was very famous. Captain Lakshmi Sehgal was very famous because she was the one who was leading the Jhansi regiment of Lakshmi Bai, unka naam pe jo regiment tha of the INS, she was leading. Sir Nawaz Khan was also there. So all the above. So here you may feel that Sir Nawaz Khan was not there. You can go with 1 and 2 because it looks like, because this name is not that much available in our normal books. So all the 3 were there. Okay, all the 3 were there. Sir Shah Nawaz Khan was also there. So if you see here, the INA was established by the Japanese army under Mohan Singh, we know. Then Subhash Chandra Bose also came, and then under Major General Shah Nawaz Khan and by Subhash Bose. So here Shah Nawaz Khan was, there is some period when he also headed it. Lakshmi Sehgal headed the Jhansi regiment under INA. Okay. Next, consider the following statements. B.R. Ambedkar was the only one who represented the depressed classes at the RTC. I clearly told in question number 3rd or 4th in this video, initially I told that B.R. Ambedkar was not the only one, because MC Raja was also there. MC Raja was also there, and the party name was All India Depressed Classes Association. Okay, don't use abbreviation. All India Depressed Classes Association. I had already written in the question 3rd or 4th. Okay, Ambedkar wanted separate electorates. Is it? For the depressed classes from the very beginning of his career, political career? No, this statement is wrong. He did not want from the beginning. Here the statement is wrong here. Not from the beginning. Later, okay, later he wanted separate electorates, but not from the beginning. Remember this, he did not want from the beginning. Like in his 1920s time, he did not wanted any kind of political, like any kind of separate electorates. It started when RTC started, when he came to know that nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nobody is talking about depressed classes. Like if he thought, okay, I was the only one who was talking, because other leaders were mostly more into the national movement. Okay, so finally he thought, okay, political thing is required and we need separate electorates for the upliftment of the depressed classes, but not from the beginning. Okay, so your answer both are wrong because at RTC, MC Raja, who was the All India Depressed Classes Association leader, he was also present. MC Raja and this Munjya Pact was also happening there. Ambedkar initially wanted reserved seats for depressed classes, but later he accepted separate electorates. Initially he wanted reserved seats, later he accepted separate electorates. Then again, finally he decided because Gandhi went to this fast. So finally, these seats were given, like reserved seats or representation were given. Finally, it was given, but initially he wanted reserved seats for depressed classes. Okay, the famous statement, Mahatma Ji, I have no country, was said to Mahatma Gandhi by a very famous personality. This personality met Gandhiji for the first time few months before the RTC. Who was the personality? Was it Vinoba Bhave? Was it Jayaprakash Narayan, Madan Mohan Malviya, B.R. Ambedkar? See, these kind of questions, if you know, you have read history nicely, then only you can answer. Otherwise, you can't answer. So here the answer is it's B.R. Ambedkar, because B.R. Ambedkar was the one who met Gandhiji just before the RTC. In the 1920s, they haven't met. Okay, like it was around 1929, 2030. If I'm not wrong, 29 or 30, not before that. When the RTC started in 1931, just some months or 1 year before only they had met. So it's B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. So like, why did he say? See, Ambedkar said the famous statement few months before the second RTC. Okay. When Gandhiji and Ambedkar met in Bombay a few months before the RTC, that is the second RTC, Gandhiji, who apparently did not know that Ambedkar was a Dalit and thought that he was a Brahmin pretending to be a friend of untouchables, treated him with lack of even normal politeness. हुआ क्या था उस टाइम पे, लाइक गांधी जी को पता नहीं था कि अंबेडकर जी वाज अ दलित. Gandhi ji thought कि Ambedkar was a Brahmin pretending to be a friend of untouchables. So he did not treat him nicely. So Ambedkar, there was a meeting. Ambedkar stormed. It is not stormed. It stormed. STROMED. Stormed out of the meeting after a scathing speech condemning the Congress and the famous statement, Mahatma Ji, I have no country. Because he did not feel like he was not getting the right amount of treatment, Ambedkar ji. Okay. So this unfortunate meeting probably set the tone for clash at the second RTC. And in second RTC, we all know nothing happened. Congress was there, INC was there, Gandhiji was there, and nothing fruitful came out of the second RTC. Nothing came. Okay. Which of the following statements makes the Vaikom Satyagraha first of its kind? इनमें से कौन सा है जो कि वाइकम सत्याग्रह को वन ऑफ ए काइंड बनाता है? फर्स्ट, नॉट वन ऑफ ए काइंड, फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड. सी, इट वाज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ गांधीयन सत्याग्रह टू ए princely state. Okay, it promoted a cause that had not really been taken up seriously or in seriousness by the Congress. So इनमें से कौन सा सही है? Both are right. Yes, it was an extension of Gandhian Satyagraha. Here, it was an extension of Gandhian Satyagraha, right? But to a princely state. Vaikom. Kerala, princely state was there. Travancore. It promoted a cause that had not been taken seriously by the Congress. Yes, all those causes were not that much taken seriously, like anti-Brahmin temple, Satyagraha, temple entry, all those movements in South India, it happened, which we have read in our normal books also. Those were not taken, those issues were not taken very seriously by the Congress till that time. Okay, so here, Vaikom Satyagraha is a static topic, we all know. So it was an extension of Gandhian Satyagraha to a princely state, and he also promoted a cause that had not taken up seriously by the Congress. Okay. So because of the above statements, Vaikom Satyagraha was the first of its kind. Ezhava Congress leader T.K. Mahadevan took the initiative in starting this Satyagraha and later joined by K.P. Kesav. Now see, K.P. Kesav name is very famous, we know. Vaikom Satyagraha ka naam aata hai to K.P. Kesav. But he was the main leader, okay, but you should know another name, T.K. Mahadevan. He took the initiative in starting the Satyagraha. Then later joined by K.P. Kesav. K.P. Kesav like bought the momentum. So you need to know names. They can ask which of the following names are associated with this self-respect movement or this Vaikom Satyagraha, anything. So you have to know this name, T.K. Mahadevan. K.P. Kesav, everyone can answer, but T.K. Mahadevan, very few people know. Okay, and T.K. Mahadevan, I guess the name was in news also recently. You can check like why it was in news. If you find it, you can share it in comment box. Okay. So fine. This was today's 10 set of MCQs. Okay, fine. Thank you. Anything else, you can just visit my site and website and check. Thank you.